Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel, Witch43. Hope you're all well, hope you're all doing good, guys. Thanks for tuning back in. Today, it's Tuesday, so that means it's issue 28 of the Star Wars X-Wing recap build. Hope you enjoy this, guys. The views are raising up there, so I'm really pleased with that. Please stick with me, guys, because we've only got to get to, I think, issue 40 odd, maybe 45 of recapping, and then you will be seeing fresh builds of the Star Wars X-Wing. Guys, please give us a nice big like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and press that bell notification so you don't miss out on any future content. Without further ado, let's crack on. Okay, and welcome to this week's recap of the Star Wars X-Wing, guys, issue 28. We'll take our first few minutes just looking through the mag, as we usually do. You've got the usual content, guys, Star Wars trivia and all that sort of stuff, if you obviously would be interested in the Star Wars. You got the T-70 Starfighter, the new X-Wing. Some nice footage there at the bottom, pictures, should I say. Coming in next week's issue 29, which will be the recap, obviously, guys, is the Force Awakens studio set building, lower port engine, plus internal details to complete the fusion thrust engine. So yeah, we'll take a look through this, guys, and then we'll have a look what we would have done on the recap of this build. This is a regular Starfighter Aces, it's like a little cartoon sketch, should I say, what you can read through. You know what I mean? It's not exactly a cartoon sketch, but it's like a little story about what's going on in the Starfighter Aces. Keeps you busy between issues, basically, guys, to read through that. And here we go. We get up to the instruction part of this build. Now, first of all, on the left, you'll see it's got the lower port wing mounts. That's what we got in this issue. You've got the internal bulkhead, planton details. There was 4 planton details. You got the dark grey pipe, silver pipework details, which are all down there. As you can see, I remember that being a bit fiddly, that one. Then you got the inner wing frame, the engine mount brace again. So you got 2 braces for the engine, laser cannon cable, which a few issues ago, I think you've seen the laser cannon light up. That's what that wire was for, to make that light up, because obviously we're a few issues down. We've not got to that stage yet, but obviously it's already been built. Screws, you've got XW02 screws, 14 of those, XW03 screws, 5 of those, XW04 screws, 6 of those, and XW05 screws, 5 of those. Quickly looking through the mag, just, guys, there's about 27 instructions on this build, on this issue. So what I'm going to do is quickly go through these instructions, and then what we'll do is I'll get the part and show you exactly what's going on in each part. Instruction 1 was to take 3 engine mounts and screws provided this time, plus the wing assemblies from stage 22 and 24, which is in that diagram there. Number 2, instruction 2, was align the wing and the engine mount like this. And you've got to imagine, guys, at this stage, he was basically getting, if you can imagine, ignore all that bit for now, that square piece and the wing, and he was attaching that together. So let me just take that out of shot while we continue these instructions. But that's what he was doing. If you can imagine what I've just showed you, that's the square bit, and that's the wing he was attaching. Instruction 3, and fit the parts together so that the 5 holes indicated line up with the lugs on the engine mount. So under here, you've got the engine mount. That wing is joining the engine mount, and there's the square piece, which I've just mentioned in the instructions. Instruction 4, fix the parts together with XW02 screws in all 5 holes. So you've got 5 holes under there, which is basically under there, guys. that was attaching the wing to the engine mount. Instruction 5, align the smaller engine mount brace with the assembly. Instruction 6, and fit it to the engine's mount like this. So if you can look at those diagrams there, guys, it's like an engine mount there going around the engine, the end of the engine. That was all going on under there. So there's an engine mount under there. Let's just turn out the page. Instruction 7, align the inner wing frame with the assembly. Instruction 8, and fit it like this on top of the outer wing frame and engine mount brace that you just fitted. Again, you was fitting that engine mount on top of the wing. I'm right there, right? Align the inner wing frame with the assembly and fit. Yeah, that's right. So that framework would go onto the wing, which is obviously now underneath this cover of the wing. And instruction 9, align the larger engine mount brace with the assembly. So there's the engine mount brace. Instruction 10, and fit it like this on the top of the engine mount and the inner wing frame that you just fitted. So where you put that mount there on the wing frame, that overlap that, you place that in there, which is underneath the engine there, which hence the engine mount, because that's where you put the engine eventually in future issues. Yeah, I think you can just see it under there now if you take a good look there, guys. Bring it to the camera there. Just that bit there, that whitey grey colour. So that's hidden behind the engine with the engine mounted on it. I'm just making sure I've got this magging shot for you. Instruction 11, secure the smaller engine mount brace by driving XW02. So yeah, you was using XW02 screws to attach those mounts together. And in this diagram here, you can see a number 1 there. I don't know if you can see it on that shot, but if I bring the model in, there's the number 1. See that? Yep. So yeah, that's exactly what it looked like as I was building at the time. Instruction 12, then secure the large engine mount with XW02 screws again in those 2 holes. And then we jump over the page to instruction 13, followed by these 4 holes. So again, you use the XW02 screws to fill in these 4 holes, to screw in these 4 holes of that engine mount. Instruction 14, drive XW04 screws through these 2 holes on the larger engine mount brace on the inner wing frame. So yeah, you have to use the XW04 screws on that part of the mount there. I'm just reading through these as well, guys, if you wonder why I'm going through every instruction, just in case you've managed to get this build and you're watching my videos before or after you build it, and I hope I'm helping you along the way so you don't make any mistakes. Not that you would, you know what I'm saying. That. Instruction 15, use more XW04 screws to secure the inner wing frame to the outer wing frame. So yeah, using the XW04 screws again, use them to put this outer wing frame. Yeah, that's right, I'm losing the plot now, guys. I'm right there, I'm sorry, yeah, to secure the inner wing frame to the outer wing frame, that's right. XW04 screws to attach that inner wing frame to the outer wing frame, which all this is going on under this panel here. Now, if you watched a couple of weeks ago, I tried to get this off, but it just won't come off. If I tilt that to the side there, you can see the inner and outer wing frame there, that whitey coloured grey colour. And then we go to instruction 16 in all of these 3. Yeah, so again, going back to just XW04 screws, you do that same. So at this stage, you use XW04 screws in all the holes of the inner wing to attach that to the outer wing frame. And then instructions 17 and 18, drive the XW03 screws through this hole to secure the inner wing frame to the wing panel, which is that one there, guys, and that one there. And that would have been all the way up to instruction 18. And now instruction 19 and 20, drive XW03 screws into these 2 holes in the smaller engine mount brace, which is just there at the bottom of that diagram. And then 20, finally drive XW05 screws into these 4 holes in the inner wing frame, which you can see the yellow arrows there, guys. That's the XW05 being that part there. So you have to reshot it when you're zooming in, but instruction 21, if you can see that there. Uncoil the laser cannon cable and straighten it, then press the plug onto the plug on end, sorry guys, into the recess near the hole in the wing tip, like so. So as you're looking at your wing, you'll see that gap there. That's where you put the plug. And going on to instruction 22, and start routing. So basically you're routing the wire then around the perimeter of the wing. And it's like a little, what do you want to call it? A gully, funnel, whatever you like, a little track in a way, if you know what I mean, to follow around. So that'd be instruction 22. If I can get, there you go, 23. You're basically going around the edge of the wing, and that's all 23 is on about, is continue the cable to go around the edge of the wing until you reach the engine mount, which is in 24. And you can see like that little raised piece of plastic, that nipple there, it goes around that. Make sure you get around that, because when you put the case on, which is, there you go, once you put this casing on, let me just zoom out again, guys. I'm like, there you go. Once you put this casing on, if that wiring is not behind that little nipple there, it's going to pinch the wire, and then you're going to have a whole lot of issues. Maybe that the wiring's not going to work, and you're not going to be able to put your laser cannon on, etc. I mean, a little tip on that as well, guys, when you get to this part, you can gently use a screwdriver just to prise it around there, but be careful not to push the screwdriver too hard, because you could damage the wire. Now up to 25, this is continuing putting the wire around. I'll zoom in for you guys so you can see what I'm on about. You continue to put the wire around in these raised little nipple bits here, as it says here, continue around the corner of the engine mount, taking the wire around this post. They call them posts. I call them, you know, I'll call them posts from now on if you want me to. Instruction 26, bring the wire back towards the middle of the wing root, pressing it between these 2 of the 3 posts. Now, this is important here, guys. You have to make sure you're putting that in the right post. You can see that as I've zoomed in. When you brought the wire down, you can see those 3 little posts there, just to the side of these tweezers. The top post, put it just under that top post, and then feed it round. And then instruction 27, and just get that in shot for you. It says the cable should be routed like this, leaving the free and coming out through the notch in the middle of the wing root. So that, starting from there, where you have to put in that lug, you feed it all the way around the wing, all the way up there, down by the engine mount, and feed it round, and then it should end up looking like that. That is basically what the finished outcome should look like. This would be what you'd be with if you just ignore that engine there and the laser cannon. You would have the wing and the engine mounts all put together with the opening doors there. That would be the finished result of issue 28, apart from the laser cannon and the engine. Obviously, just imagine it would look like that basically, as you can see on that diagram there. But that is it for this week's issue of the recap of the Star Wars X-Wing. I hope you did enjoy it, guys. If you did, or if you've got through this far, please give me a big thumbs up, a big like. It helps the channel grow, guys. It helps me bring you back more content in the future. Would really appreciate that. I'll give you 2 thumbs up if you give me 1. Thanks, guys. And if you're not already, smash the subscribe button, bell notification, not to miss any future content. But for now, guys, see ya. Peace. That is it for this week, guys, for the Star Wars X-Wing. I do hope you enjoyed the video. It was basically about looking over the lower port wing mounts, what we got in this issue back a few months ago now. And it was about assembling the wing, and I just went through how you assemble the wing. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a big like, big thumbs up. And if you're not already, guys, smash that subscribe button, press the bell notification not to miss out on any future content on these videos and all the other videos on my channel. But guys, really appreciate your support. That is it for now for the Star Wars X-Wing. See ya. Peace.